Anna, it's me. Are you busy right now? Are you on your way home?
Oh, Sarah, not at all. Thank you so much for today. You worked hard preparing a delicious meal for my family. It really means a lot to me. I really wanted to help you, but Jason and your husband insisted that I should relax. There wasn't really much I could do.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
The food was much better than the average Michelin restaurant. I really mean it. It was unbelievably good. Especially the meat was really tender and delicious. Sarah, how did you do that? I want to learn your cooking a lot more once I get married. Is that okay with you?
You'll have to find a different mother-in-law to help you with that.
What? What do you mean, different mother-in-law?
I'm sorry to say this, but you won't become my daughter-in-law. I'm not gonna let it happen.
What are you talking about? You can't be serious. Don't you remember what you told us? You congratulated us on our engagement earlier, didn't you? You said we were a match made in heaven. You even wished us luck and said you'll be more than happy to look after our future children. I mean, you blessed us with all those words. And you're telling me that I can't be a part of the family all of a sudden?
Yeah, well, things happen. In fact, I didn't really like all this in the first place. I was too nice to say no, but I thought I really had to step up.
What did I do? Did I do something? Did I make a mistake? Please just tell me.
Do I really need to give you a reason? There's no reason for me to dislike you. I just don't like you and I don't feel like accepting you as my family.
Can I ask you what it is about me that you don't like, Sarah? I'll try to fix any mistakes and make myself likable to you. I can't think of anything that I've done wrong. Please tell me, what did I do?
Expecting people to change is foolish. It's better to find someone new than to hope for someone to change. I don't want you to change. I simply dislike you as a person. Your appearance, atmosphere, voice, and even the way you walk or use the cutlery all bother me. It's difficult for me to even accept you on any level.
This can't be true. You can just tell me what I did wrong, Sarah. You don't have to be this harsh. I'll fix myself.
There's nothing to fix, and the only thing that you can do at this point is just walk out of this marriage right now with no commotion. That is the only way that could solve this problem. Leave my son. You are not right to be his wife.
You're really cruel. How could you say something like that to me? Is your son the only person that's precious to you? How can you be so insensitive and say something like that to me? You're lucky that my parents are not here to see this.
Oh, I would have said things even worse if they were with you right now. So lucky them.
Is that what it's like to be married? I'm not even married yet, but it's already this harsh and makes me want to cry like this?
If you think this is a difficult married life, let me tell you, this is nothing but the tip of the iceberg. You have no idea what real married life is like. Besides, I didn't know your mind was so brittle. With such a mentality, it seems like you shouldn't be getting married at all. No mother-in-law wants to torment her daughter-in-law just for the sake of it. I've lived through it myself, and so has everyone else. So naturally, I inherited the married life that I saw and learned from others. If a woman like you, who I don't like, acts all high and mighty in front of me as my daughter-in-law, I can't stand it because I feel suffocated. So, I have no choice but to torment you.
This is bizarre. You can't just act like this. It's almost like something in you has changed.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Or is your mental strength so weak that you can't understand anything of what I just said?
Sarah, no matter how you behave, I will marry your son. I can't just break up with him because of you. And my marriage is my decision. Besides, you're suddenly doing all this to me right after we all met each other. If you really didn't like me, you should have not agreed to meet up with my family. That's really terrible of you. You're not just wasting your time, but ours too.
I held on as long as I could, but I can't stand it anymore. I don't want to spend a dime on this wedding. I agreed to meet you just to see your parents. The cause of all the trouble. I told you clearly I cannot stand you marrying my son. If you two want to get married, you will have to do it over my dead body.
Really? You just don't have to come to our wedding.
What did you just say to me? You're trying to leave me out of this. You have no right to do that.
Look, Sarah, I understand everything you said, and I've clearly conveyed my decision to you. I will excuse myself now.
Did your family teach you to behave like that towards adults? Seeing you like this, I can surely tell that my son should not marry you.
I don't know what has gotten into you, Sarah. I really can't tell. I thought you were sincere when you blessed us. I don't understand what's going on, but I can tell you this. I will never give up marrying Jason, and there is nothing you can do to stop me. I am a 30-year-old woman. I met Jason, who's the same age as me, at a cycling club a year ago. We quickly became close friends because we shared the same hobby. Whenever I had a hard time, Jason came to help me. In fact, Jason was not the only man who showed an interest in me. There were quite a few interesting people, from CEOs, running businesses, to hospital owners, and even a lawyer. But to be honest, they were all too old. They were mostly in their mid-40s or older, and some of them were already married. Besides, it's not like I needed anyone wealthy. I already run my own company. I just needed someone who can support me mentally. That's when I met Jason. He almost literally came out of nowhere. Jason and I were the same age, which made it easier for us to get closer. Not only that, while riding our bikes, Jason always helped me when I was struggling, which brought us even closer. We've been together for a year like any other couple, and recently we talked about getting married, so we decided to meet each other's parents. It was the day when the two families met. Sarah kept a gentle smile on her face throughout the dinner. But as soon as we parted ways after dinner, she sent me a text message from above. I have never met anyone who hates me so openly in my life. Sarah's direct criticism was quite shocking to me. It made me think that this is what married life, which I'd only heard about, is like. However, I didn't want to miss out on the person I love because of the woman who'll become my mother-in-law. So, I decided to ignore Sarah's words and prepare for the wedding. After all, it's my life and I make my own decisions. I never imagined that a huge twist was waiting for me afterward.
So, you're getting married despite me being so against it. You really had to do it, huh? You had a month to give all this up. You're really stubborn, and you're doing it secretly without me knowing. Why are you insisting on this so much? Do you really want to marry Jason that badly? Why? Tell me the reason.
You're reaching out to me on my wedding day? Did you really have to do this? I'm blocking you now.
You have to stop this, Anna. I've told you once and I'm telling you again, you have to stop this.
I already told you clearly that I am going to get married, no matter how much you oppose it. It's Jason who decided not to invite you, not me. I honestly wanted you to come to the wedding. When we met last time, even after all the things you said to me, you're the one who will be my mother-in-law. He planned a secret wedding because you oppose it. And why do I want to get married? Because I love Jason, obviously. Can't you just support me because of that?
Jason is a complete dunce. That's why I'm doing this. I'm telling you, my son Jason is a complete idiot. He's not the kind of person who can take responsibility for a woman and make her happy. That's why I'm trying to prevent this marriage. But why are you insisting on getting married to him?
I'm sorry, what are you talking about? You said Jason is like a scoundrel. What does that mean? Please explain it more specifically. I don't understand at all.
30 years ago, I made the same mistake with the same thought process as you, Anna. I insisted on a marriage that my parents strongly opposed and made them unhappy. At the time, I didn't know why they were opposing so hard. I was young and I just thought that my parents never wanted me to be happy. But I was stubborn like you. I thought I'd be happy as long as I was with a kind person. But it was the beginning of hell. It went downhill straight to the deepest pit of hell. I was tormented by a harsh mother-in-law and sister-in-law right after the marriage. My husband did nothing but engage in delinquent behavior such as cheating, violence, and gambling. It's not an exaggeration when I say my married life was filled with tears and pain. Trust me, I know what I'm saying. For a long time, I thought, what if I listened to my parents at the time? Even though I wanted to escape from that hellish place, I couldn't because of my young child. I endured and suffered for 30 years, even though my heart was broken. What do you think those years were like? It was all because of a momentary decision I made when I was young. I lived in agony for 30 years because of that decision, and I don't want you to make the same mistake.
Sarah, is all of that true? But Jason has never mentioned anything like that. That must have been terrible. But why did Jason ever tell me about this?
Anna, just think for a little bit. If Jason were to blabber it all out himself, he wouldn't be able to marry a sincere woman like you. What kind of woman would want to marry into a family with this much problems?
But it's not Jason's fault that he was born into an unfortunate family, is it? And that's not a reason for me not to marry Jason. Growing up in such a household, Jason must have suffered deep wounds too. I don't think it's right to just abandon someone for having a rough background. I mean, he was always so nice to me. If Jason had a tough childhood, I can help him. It's not a problem. I can take him to therapy if he needs to go. I should now comfort and care for Jason's wounds. That's what I should do, right? I can help Jason. Jason has helped me a lot too.
Oh, give me a break. He doesn't deserve any of it. Or maybe he does need therapy. Besides, what has he really helped you with, Anna? Tell me, is it all about that cycling club? How did he help you when it really mattered? What kind of commitment did he make to you?
What? I mean, I guess. He was always so nice to me. Isn't that enough?
Anna, looking at you reminds me of my youth. I was too naive and foolish. Don't you understand why I'm doing this to you? Don't you see? I don't want you to live in hell like I did. I don't want to leave you be and have you on my conscience for the rest of my life. It's so much easier for me to stop all this than to ignore you and let you live in hell. Do you understand what I'm saying? Jason completely deceived you. Everything you saw was a lie.
What? I can't wrap my head around this. This is too much.
He's my son, but he's just like his father. A human who can't resist drinking, gambling, and women. When Jason was in school, he stole from others and bullied weak peers. It was second nature to him. It may be easier to count students unaffected by him. I've lost count of how many times I had to apologize and bow my head down to other parents for raising a bad son. And that's not all. In high school, that jerk got another female student pregnant, and they had a child together. Did you know about that? I bet you've never even heard about this. The child is now 12 years old, and the child's mother is raising him. I've been paying for the child's upbringing by working as a cleaner. But now the child's mother can't raise him anymore, and she's telling Jason to take responsibility and raise the child. Do you now see what you're getting? Do you still think he's the person who needs understanding and caring? Do you think you can marry this person and have a good rest of your life?
Sarah, is all of that true? I can't believe it. Is Jason really such a terrible person? How can a person be like that? I'm surprised he's not in jail, no offense. He deceived me and had thoughts of marrying me despite having a 12-year-old child? He did all sorts of despicable things but hid his true nature in front of me? I can't believe it. I never once got that feeling in the year that I was with Jason.
I can't even begin to count how many settlement agreements there were with the victims I had to deal with while raising that monster. And with the settlement money I gave them, I could probably buy a building somewhere. I will send you a copy of my grandson and that scumbag's DNA test results. Anna, it's up to you to decide.
Sarah, thank you. I'm really grateful for you saving me from jumping into the fire pit.
Please, don't thank me. I just couldn't sleep well with the thought of another victim trapped in this pit.
You saved my life from becoming a total mess. I used to think that you hated me for no reason. I resented you. But now my heart aches to know that you said those harsh words to me for my own good. I appreciate you for living your life with honesty and a warm heart, even though you went through unimaginable hardships. thank you for having the courage to reveal everything to me. Now it seems like it's my turn to help you, Sarah. Please trust me and follow my lead.
What does that mean? You'll help me. What are you trying to do?
Please pack your things and come out of your current home right away. Once you leave that place, I'll take care of the rest. Now please excuse me. I have to go now as I have some things to take care of.
Take care of? What's your plan, Anna? You have to tell me.
Just do as I say. I don't have time. Don't worry, Sarah. See you soon.
Anna! What do you mean? Anna!
I thought Sarah hated me and said such terrible things to me, so after the wedding I was planning to resent and avoid such a mother-in-law. But I didn't know there was such a big twist behind it. I never knew Jason was such a demon and monster. I could try to understand him impregnating other girls when he was in high school. Nothing like that happened to my friends, but let's just say I can understand. But who in the world would keep that from his fiancée until the wedding day? There's no room for me to understand that action. What he did was deliberate and planned. I cannot believe I almost fell for this. Well, I guess I am the naive type, like Sarah said. If it weren't for her, my life would have been finished. The sense of justice ignited in me that I should rescue my mother-in-law who'd lived in suffering and agony for a lifetime. So in my dress, I quickly left the wedding hall and ran to the promised subway station. It was lucky that I couldn't file the marriage report due to being too busy. If I had, everything could have been messed up. Thanks to my mother-in-law, I was able to escape right before I set foot into the gates of hell. Well, since I'm not married, I guess I couldn't call her my mother-in-law, but I don't mind. Even if Jason will never be my husband, Sarah has done more than any mother-in-law could ever do for me. I will forever be in her debt.
Anna, where are you? Why aren't you in the bride's waiting room? Why aren't you answering the phone? Do you know how many times I've called you? Someone saw you running outside like crazy in your dress. What the hell is going on? Where did you run off to? You're not backing out of marrying me, are you? Did you leave something at your house?
No, what you said is exactly right. I'm backing out. I'm not marrying you. It's not that I won't, I can't now. I almost ruined my life myself marrying you. It's not like I got shot in the head or something. Why would I marry a monster like you?
Honey, what are you saying?
Don't call me honey. Don't pretend like you don't know, you human trash.
I don't know who you were talking to or why you're saying this to me, but it's all a misunderstanding. There's not a single bit of truth in it. I can swear. I'm not that kind of jerk that you're thinking of. Please, trust me. You've been dating me for a year and you still don't know what kind of person I am? I helped you every time you were in trouble. I was always there for you when you were in need. I always put you before me or anyone else. You are my everything, Anna. You know that.
Right, you did treat me like that. And that surprises me, Jason. How did you keep up with that act for a whole year? I hate myself for not realizing all this time we've been seeing each other. The fact that I was completely clueless about all the garbage you've been up to in your life disgusts me. You've managed to hide it all from me without letting a whiff of your rotten smell slip out. I must say, your exceptional acting skills are impressive. Why don't you become a movie actor instead of being a worthless son who lives off his old mother's hard work? If you'd played a cruel, despicable, and heinous character, you would have made it big time.
Are you done talking now?
No, I'm not done. I know you've been acting all along just to find a person to latch on. Now I'm done talking. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yes, I admit it. I'm a worthless, good-for-nothing jerk. Everything I told you was a lie. Even the part about graduating from college and working at a small electronic appliances company. I'm a real piece of trash that it's even hard to find the truth in my own words. I admit that. It's true that I tried to latch onto you and live off of you through your clothing store business, and I can't deny that I dreamed of a life-changing event through marriage. But so what? What's wrong with that? Why can't I wish for a little miracle in my own life?
Jesus Christ, what? You wanted a little miracle in your life? What the hell is this? Are you for real? You don't even try to hide it now. How can someone think like that?
Is there a law that says once you're garbage, you have to stay garbage forever? Am I not allowed to live like a human being like everyone else? Was it wrong of me to aspire for something like you, who grew up like a beautiful flower in a good environment, when I was like a poisonous mushroom growing in the dark? I wanted to live properly too. I liked you because you were bright, lively, strong, and competent. If only you were by my side, I would have reformed and lived the rest of my life as a proper human being, serving and helping those in need to atone for my past wrongdoings. I know I'm not worthy of being your partner, but if fate allowed, I wanted to become a kind and reliable husband. But are you really gonna abandon me like this? You're my only chance, only hope, and you're just taking that away from me?
Will you shut your mouth already? I can't stand it anymore. I don't even understand why I'm doing all this over a text message with you. And why do you keep trying to guilt trip me? You say you were all about fixing yourself and repenting, right? You freaking liar. Then why have you never told me about your 12-year-old child? Were you planning to remove the child from your life to make your life easier? Would that have helped you repent and become a better person?
What? How did you know the kid? Who told you that? Did my mother tell you?
Is that important right now? You were trying to lie to me until the end. But what, you've repented? If God hears this, you'll be going to hell without judgment. Is it even normal to impregnate a female student in high school? Is it? Okay, let's say it's possible, but you didn't tell me until today, our wedding day. What else are you hiding from me? Do you have anything else to say?
I really wanted to tell you about it. I'm sorry. I just missed the timing to tell you. Besides, I tried to solve that problem before we got married.
Now your child is your problem, Jason? You are truly a trashy human being. And you're still lying to me even at this moment.
What lie? I'm not hiding anything from you now. I'm really honest with you.
I listened to the recording of the conversation you had with the same jerk friend of yours early this morning.
What? A recorded conversation? Wait a minute. Oh, don't tell me. My mom recorded my phone call and sent it to you. Really? My mom did that?
You joined a cycling club because you needed a person to leech on. Most people who ride bikes have a lot of money, and you forcibly took money from your old mother who cleaned apartments to buy a bike. Then you met me, who runs a business in the club, and you lied to me relentlessly trying to seduce me. You said you'd pretend to be a good person until we got married, and then everything would be smooth sailing from there. That's what you told your friend, laughing maliciously on the phone, didn't you? Is that not right? If I said something wrong, tell me. Are you going to keep lying until now?
What the hell? You crazy piece of crap. Is that why you ran away today?
Now you're showing your true colors.
That crazy old woman ruined my life. If I were my mom, I would just stay put and help me. If I just had the wedding and marriage registration with you, everything in my life would have gone well. Damn it, I'll never let that hag go. She'll have to answer for me for all this crap that happened today.
What can you do if she doesn't stay put? Would you kill her? Is that your plan? I'm not surprised if it really is. Sarah is not going back to her house. She'd be crazy to go back there, don't you think? With you trying to get your hands on her, she would never go back. I will make it my mission and help Sarah to divorce your dad so that she can live comfortably. If you have any thoughts of threatening Sarah again or causing her emotional harm, it would be better for you to give it up altogether. I will report you to the police immediately if you engage in any more thuggish behavior, so keep that in mind.
What am I supposed to do then? I've been living off that money from the hag, so what am I supposed to do without it? I don't have a job or anything. If you suddenly do this to me, I'll really die. Oh, please, don't take my mom away from me, please. At least give me some time to talk to her and sort things out. I just need a little bit of money.
You pathetic jerk. Go sell that expensive bike you bought to join the club, you stupid retard. Sarah is a real savior to me. She helped me avoid ruining my life and suffering mentally by getting involved with someone like you. I will make sure that Sarah can have a decent life from now on if that's the last thing I do. I felt dirty when I was with you, and I feel relieved now that we're over. I've also avoided trash like you, so my future looks bright. Don't interfere with my life again. I'm too good for someone like you. After all that, I blocked that jerk. But Jason didn't give up and came to my shop office to cause trouble. I think he visited almost every day to make me talk to him. He'd yell in front of the building, throwing small pebbles at the window. Sometimes he'd act like an Uber driver, saying that he brought the food we ordered. The pathetic idiot thinks that I would fall for that kind of trap. That one time, he took things too far and blasted fireworks at my company's window. The window shattered and nearly hurt Sarah and other employees as well. So I told him that I will report him to the police and applied for an injunction against him for obstructing my business, and he got scared and backed off. He must have been in a precarious position since he had a lot of debts, so the police would have been the scariest thing in the world for him. Meanwhile, thankfully, Sarah packed her bags and came to the subway station on my wedding day as I'd ask. And now she's helping me with simple cleaning, organizing, and packing at my shop office. Since my company was already short on staff, the diligent and warm-hearted Sarah is a big help. Sarah is very happy to be working at a shopping mall for the first time in her life because she'd always done dishes and building cleaning. Recently, Sarah's been learning how to use a computer little by little, and I believe that someday she will be a great help to my shop. I'm grateful and touched by Sarah's efforts to learn and help me in any way she can. When I see her sincerely enjoying herself as the happiest time in her life, it gives me strength too. I hope she stays healthy for a long time and works with me happily. Oh, and based on a diary and some recorded files documenting her abusive husband, Sarah filed for divorce and received a property settlement and alimony. Justice still exists in this world, I suppose. I just hope Jason faces some form of justice. I can't forget her smile, and when she told me that she feels like flying and soaring into the sky, I'm so happy for her. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.